This is 3.4, 7th grade math, page 133. And I'm trying to remember, I don't know if we've ever covered a box and whisker plot before. I don't remember if we did these in 6th grade, so this may be something entirely new. I want you to look on the top of page 133, and it's got box and whisker plot highlighted. And basically what it is a data display on a number line that represents the range of the data. Whoops, there's not two T's in data. Sorry. The range of the data. It divides it into 4 parts. Okay, which gets us into actually, you know, it takes, if you take and you cut something 3 times, it makes it into 4 equal parts. So here are the 3 3 points that separate them into 3 parts. They use the median, which we know already is the number in the middle. Okay, it uses the actually we'll say the lower quartile, which is this one right here. Okay, the lower quartile is the median of the lower half of the data. The upper quartile is the median of the upper half. So what you do is you take, here's a line, you find the median, which splits things into 2 equal groups. You find the middle of the lower half and the middle of the upper half, and check it out, 1, 2, 3, 4. That splits it into 4 sections then. So that is the 3 things we need to know in order to make a box and whisker plot. Also, the easy parts, the lower extreme is the lowest number. The upper extreme is the highest number. Okay, and I got this one on the interquartile range. I got to read that one. It's been a while. It is the difference between, get my pen going here, difference between in the quartiles. And we'll talk about those later, as we do our examples. So that's a lot of stuff, but let's do one, and it should, hopefully, it'll make sense. Making a box and whisker plot. Roller coasters. The height and feet of the 10 suspended roller coasters in the United States are, there they are. Make a box and whisker plot of the data. So the first thing that you do to make a box and whisker plot is you find the median. So I'm going to take these numbers, and I know they're already in order, but I'm going to rewrite them. $60, $60, $70, $76, $78, $81, $100. Okay, like I did with that line, I'm going to chop these in half. So there are 10, so it'll be the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th one. That'll chop them in half where there's 5 below and 5 above. And I'm going to keep counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to make sure that that's even. So what I've done is I found the median, which is, in this case, 65. The number between 60 and 70 is 65. Then I'm going to find the median of this lower part right here, which is this one, because there's 2 below it and 2 above it. This one's going to be 78. So this one is going to be called the lower quartile. There's the median. There's the upper quartile. Okay? And then we have the lower extreme and the upper extreme. So now what we have to do is we have to transfer that to a box and whisker plot. So let's do that. So they found the numbers that we need. Here's them doing the same thing that I did. So now we take a number line, check this out, and how do we know what to number by? The lowest number is 35 right here, and the highest number is 100. So if you look at my number line, we just numbered by tens, and they don't have that right. That's not lined up right. See, that's supposed to be at 65. So let me make it. Look at how beautiful that is. Okay, there's 30, there's 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. So the median number is right here at 65. So I'm just going to put a dot at, I'm just going to plot all these points. 65, and I don't remember the other numbers. 42.5 and 78. So 42.5 is about right there. 78 is about right there. That's our box. So we make a box right there. And there was our median. This one is our lower quartile, upper quartile. Then we make the whiskers. The whiskers go to the lowest number, which was 35. And then this whisker goes up to the highest number, which I think was 100. That is a box and whisker plot. And then you should also label these. This is 42.5. This is 65. And this one was, I believe it was 78. And they're off on there. They have the right numbers. They just don't have it in the right place on the number line. Okay, and there's the box. Drawing the vertical line. This just makes, remember to make the box and the whiskers. Okay, interpreting a box and whisker plot. Well, I don't know. Those, it looks like they're off. See, those are off right there. Sorry, I apologize for that. We go to example number 2, and it says interpreting a box and whisker plot. If you look, this data is cut in half right here. See, this right here is the middle, the median. This is the middle of the lower numbers. This is the middle of the upper numbers. So when this range right here, when this is spread out like this, what does that, what does that tell you? We're basically looking at in between the interquartiles, inside of it. This number, the upper extreme, is far away from the actual numbers. The numbers are close together in this range right here because the box is smaller. The numbers are a little bit more spread apart right here because the range is a little bit wider, and then these numbers also are a little closer. So let's look and see the questions. It says, suppose all of the watches under $31 are on clearance. About what fraction of the watches are on clearance? Now remember, what does a box and whisker plot do is it splits our data into 4 equal parts. So we have equal numbers right here. This is a fourth of the data. This is a fourth of the data. This is a fourth, and this is a fourth. So about 1/4. Suppose all of the watches from 31 to 71 are on sale. About what fraction? Well, that's a fourth and a fourth, which would be a half. Okay, a fourth is a quarter, and then the other. So let's make one here with this set of data. These are kind of big numbers. Let's put them in order. Let's see. I see a 302 is the first number. Mark those off as we go. 326 right there. 401 I see. 429. This is probably the worst part, putting them in order. 464 right here. 467. I guess I could put commas in between them so they don't look like one big old number. 469 right here. 497 right here. 499, 504, 509, and 746. Excuse me. Alright, so let's see how many numbers that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them. So if I'm going to find the middle of 12, that's 6 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I would put a line right there. I would make sure there's 6 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is. So the number between 467 and 469 is 468. So that's my median. Now between 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that would have to go here to make it 3 on each side. So what number's between 401 and 429? Well, I don't know. I'm going to have to add those and divide by 2. 830 divided by 2 is 415. So that's the lower quartiles, 415. The upper one's between 599 and 504. Excuse me, 499. 504. 13 carry the 1, 0 carry the 1. 1003 divided by 2, that would be 501 and a half. I think so. 501.5. So the numbers I need to make my box and whisker plot are the lower extreme, which is 302, the lower quartile right here, which is 415, the median, which is 468. That's supposed to be 0.5, very hard to read, sorry. The upper quartile, and then the upper extreme, which was 796. So my number line needs to go from 302 to 796. So let's draw a number line, and I'm going to number by, I guess, hundreds. 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, and let me erase these two numbers. I'll put my box and whisker plot on top of those. So let's plot our median 468. Let's see, 450 is right there. So we're going to put 468 about right there. We're going to put 415 about right there. And we're going to put 501.5 about right there. So there's my box. And then my whisker goes out to 302, which is going to be about right there. And I need to label these: 415, 468, and 501.5. And then my whisker here goes all the way to 796. Okay, there's my box and whisker plot. So it does take a little bit of time. That is one bad thing. It's not really terribly hard. It's just being precise and counting out those numbers. Let's see if I did it right. 302. I see a 468. I see the 501.5 and the 415. I think we got it. Suppose in example 2, suppose all the watches under $45 were on clearance. About what fraction of the watches are on clearance? Well, let's go back to that one. Under 45, so everything from here down, 2 1/4, that's a half also. So the answer to that one should be a half. 50% is the same as a half. In example 2, if the number of watches between 71 and 120 is greater than the number of watches, is the number of watches between 71 and 120 greater than between 16 and 31? Let's go back to that. Between these right here, they want to know if these right here are greater than 16 and 31. Nope, because we split them into 4 equal parts. Remember when I said that at the beginning with the box and whisker plot? we are taking the data and we're putting equal numbers into 4 groups. So the answer to that would be no. And because, like I said, they both represent a fourth of the data. Okay, example number 3. You can make what is called a like kind of a double box and whisker plot. It compares them. So check this out. This is one for football. The box and whisker plot represents the number of points scored in each game of the 2001-2002 season for the New England Patriots and the St. Louis Rams. What conclusions can you make about the data? Well, you can see their median score in New England. You can see the lowest score that they made in the games. You can see their highest score. And see the range. So what kind of conclusions could we make about the data? We could say definitely the lowest points and the highest points. I think maybe we could do the range. New England ranged from 44 to 3 points in the season. St. Louis from 48 to 15. There's probably a few ways. Let's see what they did. In general, the Rams scored more points per game than the Patriots. Let's see where that came from. The Rams, because their this box right here, since it is moved this way farther than their box, that's why they scored more points. I would agree with that statement. The Patriots had more variability in their scoring than the Rams, which means there was a wider range from here to here. And the range for the Patriots was 41, the range for the Rams was 33. Alright, so example 4, how did the lower extremes of the points score compare? So you go back to the lower extremes, 3 and 15. Okay, the Patriots' lower score is 3 and the Rams' lower score is 15. The Patriots is a lot lower, especially in football. That means they're only scoring one field goal right there. So it's much less than the Rams' lowest score. So box and whisker plots, take the time, put your data in order, find the median, find the lower quartile, upper quartile, lower extreme. A lot of vocabulary in here. Quite a few, on the problems. Make sure that you're taking the time to write them out and do well on it. And I think that's it. We'll see you next time.